Woo! Hey, hello! I'm Naro, and this is Touhou Gouyoku Ibun Suibotsushita Chinshuu Jigoku. Quite a mouthful. I mean, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And this is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up boss rush game by... it's an official spin-off by Twilight Frontier, and I'm gonna be playing the full game speedrun, all 6 characters, plus the true ending. So 6 playthroughs, and thing is, every character plays different in some way, and I'll just explain as we go. So let's start with main character Reimu, and in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so we have 3 buttons. We have a dash button, an attack button, and a special button. For Reimu, I can just hold the special button the whole time and automatically absorb water. This game's gimmick is, well, water. It's sometimes nicknamed water action because of its emphasis on this water. And absorb enough water, you can do a special spell card attack. And that's the first boss. Very nice. So, GG's, shake my hand. Alright, so... it follows a standard Touhou formula of 6 bosses. And let's see, here's Kogasa, very technical boss to do quickly. She always moves in a random direction, so it's very tricky to keep up with her. And when we use a spell card attack, fully charged special attack, we can do a barrier break during a boss's spell card attack. And oh, I got a really good start here. So when we do a fully charged spell card attack, we get a temporary damage boost. So my damage turns orange when the boss is stunned after every barrier has been broken. And yeah, temporarily after hitting the boss with a strong attack, when the circle around them is glowing red, and you get a double damage bonus until they start their next attack. And that also applies to our fully charged special spell card attack, which, depending on the attack, can give you a double damage bonus for like several seconds. And here's Yugi, the extra large Japanese goblin. And she has 3 phases. Just need to get her stunned as soon as possible, and I'm not going to be able to get the KO here in time, but I will get almost all the water I need. Oh, actually, that's perfect. So now I can get a fully charged special attack soon into phase 3, which will help deal with her moving around. So, just stun her first, do a couple of basic combos. So your attack button is its input sensor, it's directional, and it performs automatic combos if you just keep mashing. So it has auto combos and directional influence, and sometimes it's also based on distance. Like, even if you mash, if you're not close enough to the enemy, it doesn't trigger the next attack. But here's Kanako, and if I just wait for her to get vulnerable here, and do a full combo as soon as she gets vulnerable, I can almost always get a quick KO on her first attack. So there's a combination of spell card attacks and non-spells, as we call them. Non-spells, the boss cannot get stunned, and sometimes they're faster, sometimes slower. Just kind of depends. But yeah, just gonna keep attacking. And if you have anything you want to say, Arco, go ahead.
Oh, I quite do. We have a few donations. We have a donation by Anonymous with $50 saying, "Cute Naro, ayaya."
Thank you.
This one is going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume, so that has gone up by 50. Thank you very much. And then we have another large donation, NRT with $100.
Ooh. Epic.
Saying, 4 a.m. on a Monday morning. What a wonderful time to enjoy a Touhou run by our favorite Fumo ambassador, Naro.
Classic.
On that note, please remember to headbat your Fumos on a regular basis to keep them healthy and fluffy. But don't overdo it. As always, a huge thank you to everyone who helped you make this event possible. Keep being awesome. And a huge thank you to you, Niar. Half of this donation, $50, is going to the Worms Armageddon Worms Voices accent to French, and half of it is going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume again. So now that is at 753 out of 2,000. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that in action. Keep those donations coming. Thank you.
Sweet. So here's Oku. Her gimmick is she flies around, and her HP is compensating for that. She has not too many health points and goes down pretty fast. So yeah, the challenge is kind of based on these platforms being awkward to fight on. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, fine. I really messed up and lost my spell card charge, but this is fine. Not a big deal. So the thing is, I get the double damage bonus for the entirety of that attack if I do it correctly. But you can still just face tank that final attack. It's supposed to be like an escape sequence. And here's the final boss of Reimu's route, or everyone's routes really, but here's new character Yuma introduced in this game. So this game is canon. It is an official spin-off, but developed by someone else other than the main Touhou guy himself. So this character's new, and she's pretty cool. There is an update to this game coming out this fall that will introduce a new playable character, like a new story route, and I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, this game is they still have updates planned for this game and a Switch port. I'm currently playing this on PC, on Steam. And let's see, I'm gonna just be hitting Yuma a bunch here. Not much to say really. Just abusing vulnerabilities. Now I will try to get a full spell card charge here. Perfect. So, the thing is, Reimu, she cannot hold her charge in between dialogue. Some characters are allowed to hold a charge, but Reimu is not able to hold her charge. So I have to sit at 99% or less if I want to use the spell card attack to double my damage for the final attack. And that's Reimu. On to the next character. Anything you want to say, Arco? Please clap.
Oh, yes. We do have donations. We have one from Imac with $5 saying, "First time donation, Touhou Water Action Game Go! Good luck with the run." We also have another donation by JP with $10 saying, "I'd like to donate for my beloved Murasa, the love of my life, my beautiful wife. Greetings from Gensokyo."
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Marisa, she's kind of slow, but she has this she flies around on her broom pretty fast, and she can drop these explosive potions while dashing. And that's, yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty cool gimmick. Just zooming around, dropping potions that explode. And yeah, most of her strongest attacks tend to be the potions. But I also have this neat mushroom attack that I can cancel into this broom dash into potion throws. And yeah, here's Yamame. Flies around. Try to just pelt her with potions. And I didn't mean to fully charge. Okay, Marisa has a very big collection radius. That's kind of an issue sometimes. But yeah, so once the boss is stunned, I like to just mash this this up throw attack. It is pretty good at just juggling enemies that are stunned. So as long as the enemy's stationary, the up attack on the ground is really good at just racking up damage to immobile enemies or just stunned enemies. Now Marisa gets to fight Yugi as well. And yeah, you have a bunch of auto combos, attacks that chain into each other, and it's a very weird kind of game. This game controls very different from any other action game I've played. Every character is basically playing their own game. But it's just a really, really cool game, though. Like, the aesthetics, the controls are, most of the time, pretty snappy. And, let's see. Okay, trying to get that, Master Spark? No, Moister Spark? That's better. Here we go. Whew. Yeah. Marisa has not very good mobility, especially in this kind of terrain. So Yugi is especially tricky to keep up with Marisa. Now, this is our first time fighting Murasa, and she got a really cool redesign, or she got new clothes. She's looking quite snazzy with that big oversized Admiral's jacket. Now just attack as much as possible. Try to get that amulet or barrier break. And yeah, there we go. So phase 3, platforms or the boat disappears, and we gotta bounce on the water. It refills my moisture meter every time I bounce. 10% each time, and I need to make sure I get both barrier breaks here to get the 1 cycle or 2 cycle, I guess, maybe. Yeah, so get 100%, get that double damage, and then just back and forth. Very nice. Okay. Now on to the most difficult boss by far for each character that fights her. All right, so on to Kutaka from Touhou 17. I'm loving this like remix of her boss theme. I'm loving this folky rendition. It's quite nice. So she's gonna fly around a bunch. Similar gimmick to Oku, except Kutaka has like 10 times more HP. And he has a lot more attacks that are undodgeable. So any attack that has his red sign when it activates means it's ungrazable, so you can't dash through it or attack through it. So attacking and dashing in this game both give you invincibility towards most bullets, but some exceptions being the dangerous attacks. Think Sekiro and the big scary red sign. Yeah, this is the only boss, pretty much the only boss with a risk of like defeat. So don't hesitate.
While the intense fighting is happening, do we have time for a donation?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I am very happy to see that Karaska has donated, and ready yourself, $200.
Woo! Very nice.
Saying, I fell in love with the Touhou franchise recently and found this gamer called Naro streaming these games. Then I noticed that he ran a Touhou game pretty much every ESA. Well, I was a pretty avid marathon watcher from home, so my first time at ESA has been amazing so far. Thanks to Save the Children and ESA for the amazing work they do. Yumu best.
Very nice.
Thank you, Karaska, so much for that 200 donation. That donation has all gone to Argix Cursed Sonic Costume and Save the Children, of course. So now we're at 978 out of 2,000, almost to the halfway point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. And here's Yuma round 2. So Reimu and Murasa both only get to fight the easy version of Yuma. We're not going to be fighting. We're not going to be doing this same thing 6 times. It is going to. We are going to spice things up after this route. Now, yeah. So I'm just going to try and do the same thing here with Murasa, trying to do. Not gonna make it though, but yeah, I was just going to try and get my spell card ready for this part, but backup strats, just dash into the corner, throw potions. Not much else to say. You got anything else, Arco?
Oh, I quite do. We have received another $100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you very much. This also is going to Argix Cursed Sonic Costume.
Very nice.
Nice. We're really getting to the point where it's going to be completed soon. We are past the halfway point on that now. So that is great to see. Do we have time for more?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. We have a donation by Weekend with $20 saying, Yo Narp, Big Maury's here. Good to see the rest of the Deca gang. Bring Big Mayon next time. Anyway, good luck on the run. It's 4 a.m. here. Gotta sleep after this narrow slane.
Thank you very much. Now on to Kanako. She is a very different beast. She has, she can summon wind, throw pillars, use wind to influence those pillars, and hit really hard when spaced correctly. So yeah, summon pillars. And dash to influence their direction, and you can summon 2 sets of pillars before you before any new pillars just overwrite the others. And let's see. Okay, that is. That's Kanako's first boss. Let's see. The next up is Kanako versus Reimu, I think. Let's see here. So 2 sets of pillars. So, it's completely random, like what attack the boss decides to go for, but very nice. Yeah, unfortunately, Reimu gave me the worst kind of movement pattern, so I didn't get my 90% damage combo in the first 3 seconds. But yeah, such is the nature of this game. It's a lot of randomness. Like the bosses always have like 2 or 3 options to choose from at the start, and sometimes some are better than others. Oh, there we go. There's some damage. So yeah, throwing 2 sets of pillars and launching them into the boss all at once feels really satisfying, especially when you get the double damage bonus. Like that. Oh, feels so good. And here's, yeah, Kanako versus Joan and Shion. And, oh yes. So bosses have kind of variable, like, spell card declarations. Like, just how long they decide to be invulnerable is very arbitrary. Yeah, so Joan, for instance, spends a lot of time just declaring her attacks. Oh, I'm loving this music. Very nice. Okay, there should be one more attack here. I'm just gonna dodge this and counterattack. You got something for me, Arco?
Oh, I've got very many things for you. Azur has donated $10 saying, "Man, Naro really likes Yomu. I can't blame him. She turns me on too."
This again?
Then we have another donation by Green Shadow 622 with $25 saying, "Naro is best girl." This one is going to Argic's Cursed Tonic costume.
Very nice.
We have time for more?
Of course, go ahead.
We have more. Indeed, there is a donation by Pitman Ryan, also named Justin Timberfake, with $20 saying, "Happy to see you and all 3 Deca Fumos made the trip. Hope you've been enjoying your time at ESA."
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well for your donations.
So here, okay, so here's Murasa again. As Kanako, we kind of we're able to just stay in the air indefinitely and, but basically cheese the boss. Yeah, this is basically cheesing her. Yeah, Kanako, on top of having, like, Kanako is kind of technical, but she has great damage when executed well, and she has just insane mobility. She has multiple air dashes, and her water absorption ability also lets her move around in the air. So he has by far the best mobility and flexibility in both offense and defense. Kind of insanely fun character to play. It's just button mash. It's basically, you're just basically mashing buttons and looking good. Best kind of button mash. Alright, and oh dear, yeah. So Kanako also gets to fight Kutaka, but I think, yeah, Kanako probably has the easiest time fighting her. Again, due to great mobility and versatility.
Do I see some time for more donations?
Oh yes, go ahead.
Oh, well, we quite have a few. We have a donation by Drigon saying, with $15, saying, had to go to bed, so couldn't watch the run in person, but as a Touhou enjoyer, I wanted to at least chip in and lurk. Best of luck on the run and based Fumos again.
Thank you.
This is obviously going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume. We are really pushing it. I'm very glad to see that. At the moment, it's at 1,098, so we're really getting very far with that. We have another donation with $20 from M_UT3 saying, knock knock.
Who's there?
To
who?
Actually, it's pronounced Touhou. Greetings from Australia. This one is going to Worms Armageddon, a team name Morby Boys, which is currently winning. So make sure to keep those donations coming if you want the team name to be literally anything else.
Very nice, thank you. Okay, so on to Kanako's final boss. First half is same as before. I just throw a bunch of pillars and do a bunch of damage. Yeah, you can still keep going.
Boy, I'm very excited to keep going. We have a $25 donation by Anonymous saying, Fumo? Fumo!
Agreed.
Definitely, yeah. We have another $5 donation from To Whom It May Concern. As a big Touhou fan, gotta donate for the GOAT Touhou and putting my money to that Sonic costume. Indeed, those $5 are going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume. Very happy to see that.
Very nice. You may keep going.
I'm still ready to keep going. We have $10 from Yuka saying, while playing water action games, please remember to stay hydrated. Please do. I do have a drink with me here, and it's been keeping me up even though it's 4 AM. So definitely stay hydrated. We have another $10 from Imak saying, $10 for best girl Kanako. We need more Kanako in all Touhou games.
For sure.
Thank you very much for all those donations.
So Kanako's damage is absolutely insane. When you can like just make all these pillars connect, it's quite insane. But here's the twist. Turns out all this water, which is actually oil, is actually it's blood. What? What a twist. So here's Yuma Part 2. Everything's red. There's a lot of red. Oh Jesus, so much red. And yeah, Yuma gets three more phases. And there's so much stuff going on. I still don't really understand what's happening in these phases. Oh geez, there's so much red. But there's also like so much water, or well, it's blood now to pick up. We can basically constantly spam our spell cards. Now, Kanako's spell card is the weakest. It doesn't even like cause stun. So Kanako's water spell card doesn't even break barriers. But she does compensate with raw damage output. Oh yeah, it's also possible to dash in a direction and just preset like the wind to instantly go the other direction. And that's Yuma 3? Yeah. So on to the next character. Oh, this one's a doozy. Yeah, on to the next character, Murasa. Yeah, so Murasa makes a surprise appearance in this game. With a really cool redesign, and she is the slow tank type character. She moves really slow, but she has a type of dash that sends her like all the way across the screen. And thing is, her damage output is insane. So her up ground attack and her up air attack just does ridiculous damage. Yeah, so the idea, or the optimal strategy with Murasa is spam the up attack, be it on the ground or in the air, and try to. Okay. So the up attack doesn't cause barrier breaks, but yeah, try to activate a barrier break with a normal attack, and then mash this attack, or just ignore the red barrier and just go for raw basic damage. So here's Kogasa versus Murasa versus Kogasa. If I'm fast enough, I can skip this phase, but not this time. So you can skip the part where she surfs, or yeah. But not a big deal. Yeah, she's very mobile, making her really tricky for Murasa to keep up here. As mentioned before, all the bosses behave randomly, or like they have a preset course of action, like multiple presets, basically. And here is Joan and Shion again. As Murasa, I can just melt their health bars. But again, these two are, yeah. Joan is she's kind of fast. She likes to fly across the screen, but they should be fine. Oh yeah, in the corner. That's good. Very nice. Yeah. Her third attack is this. Oh yeah. So I get plenty of time to charge up this attack. Since Joan likes to take her time declaring attacks, I can charge up my what do you even call this? I don't know. My basic attack, my neutral attack. You can charge it into a supercharged attack. And let's see, on to the fourth attack. Now they fly around. First time Joan jumps down first. This time Xion goes down first and Joan after. Xion cannot be hurt. She's the blue one. The red-haired one is Joan, and the blue-haired one is Xion. And they were introduced in Touhou 15.5, the latest fighting game spin-off. Okay, cool. There we go. Next up is... Oh yes, Kanako. Okay. So here I want to do a quick anchor dash to get on to this side to not knock her into the water. That wastes time. But there's so many variables, so many variations. It's tricky to get around her in time and not get hit by the tornadoes. But here, just try to mash up attack as much as I can. Very nice. And I walk off the edge here to get a instant up attack. So instead of using the up attack on the ground, it's better to walk off the edge and get a descending up attack to make sure every attack connects. Here's the final attack. It's the same as Reimu's fight against Kanako, except this time the arena's different. The nuclear reactor, by the way, is flooded. Yeah, plot. There's some plot in this game. Yeah. But that's Kanako onto Oku. This one's kind of funny. This next boss is just kind of funny as Murasa. As we'll see in a few seconds. So, charge, basic attack, let it rip, and that's the first phase. Here's phase 2. That's phase 2. Cool. And that's Murasa's damage for you. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. So, yeah, Murasa doesn't even need the double damage here. That's it. That's Oku. And Murasa versus Yuma is next. Do you have anything you want to say, Arko?
Oh, I just want to say that we are very close to hitting the 19,000 donation goal with just $23 away, so make sure to get those donations in and to be the first one to break $19,000 on this event.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. So, yeah, not much else to say here. It's just Yuma again, but this time with Murasa. This time with more damage. Yeah. Yeah, so, I believe, yeah, Murasa's spell card also doesn't... Oh yes, this is her spell card. Summons a ton of anchors, and also, yeah, it also summons a bunch of water when it connects. So in a way, you're able to loop... yeah, I think perfectly executed. I think you can basically loop spell cards just because of how much water it generates. Now here's Yuma Part 2 with Murasa this time. And this one's kind of tricky. This one's honestly very difficult because of Murasa's limited mobility. Now, hopefully I don't take too much damage in phase 2 of part 2. Okay, 3 bars, or 3 orbs. So my HP is the pink orbs. I'm gonna try and play it safe here. Yeah, see, I'm already full on spell card or moisture again. Very nice. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. My gosh. Yeah. Yeah, cool. That's it. Ooh, all right. That was Murasa. On to the next playable character is well, I'll not spoil it. Do you have anything you want to say, Arco?
That was very awesome to see. In fact, it was so awesome that it spawned a $100 donation
Yo?
from Oluxim saying, donating all of my saved up Fumo money. Touhou, who need it more? Keep it up. And obviously, this is going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume, which is now almost at $1,200. But more importantly, we have finally surpassed the $19,000 milestone raised for Save the Children. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Thank you so much. All right, next playable character is Joan and Shion. Together, they're a tag team, and the main playable character is Joan, but you can also throw Xion as a projectile, or use her as a meat shield. She absorbs bullets just by existing. Yeah, when she absorbs enough bullets, she just explodes into, I don't know, rage or something. And that is basically Joan and Shion's version of the spell card attacks we've seen so far. Using the special button as Joan only sends Xion flying. It doesn't absorb all the water here. Instead, Joan and Xion use the oil now to light their attacks on fire. And by dive punching into a pool of oil, we can leave like flames behind to damage enemies over time. Not very useful here against Kutaka. This is the trickiest part. Kutaka is really difficult with these two. Their offensive capabilities are kind of limited to against aerial opponents. All I can do is jump and uppercut and hope for the best. Now, Xion should keep me safe from most bullets here. Except when she's on the wrong side, yeah. It's kind of tricky to micromanage Xion. I don't even know how you're supposed to micromanage her, like without overcommitting and throwing her away at the worst time. Yeah, anyway, here's the scary attack. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's kind of difficult to tell even what hurts you here, or what doesn't. Yeah, so you have a bunch of iframes after. Okay, we're alive. Okay, scary part's over. So you have a bunch of iframes when jumping, except sometimes you don't. I don't know. It might be based on your stamina meter, but even then, even with stamina, it feels inconsistent. But it's, yeah, I don't know. Here's Oku. So Joan punches kind of hard, relatively hard. Not as hard as not as hard as Murasa, but still punches pretty hard. This is awkward. I'm just gonna reset that. This is too dicey. All right, take it from the top. Yeah, I want to maintain the first set of platforms. Like, that's the most familiar and is also perfect for the last phase. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, we want to keep the original set of platforms for consistency. Okay, this is fine. If I move this down, that's good. Yeah, this is good enough. Okay, still alive. That's the important part. Okay, on to, let's see here. On to Kanako. Okay, this one's not too bad. This is one of the rare instances, or one of the rare fights we get to use Xion actively here. But only in the last phase. First 3 or 4 phases we just punch good. We just take that damage, might as well. It's not like there's too high of a risk of being KO'd here. So, juggle with uppercuts for pretty much optimal damage. Please don't fly so high. Thank you. Let's see, number 3. This is that one. She's barely within reach of these uppercuts, except for now, but we can stun her, bring her back down. Here she likes to just walk slowly, basically letting us get free hits in. Here is where we get to use Xion's explosion to do a bit of extra damage and get some barrier breaks in. Yeah, Kanako summons a bunch of bullets from her pillars, and we can just walk slowly sideways and have all the bullets fly into Xion instead. And here's a lengthy cutscene. You got anything for me, Arco?
Oh yes, I do. We have a donation by Captain Dundley with $20 saying, enjoying the run and the Fumos so far. Keep it up, Naro. P.S. Please give us a Yuma emote.
I'll think about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the $20.
And whoa, who's this? Here's a face we haven't seen in a while. So 17.5 water action brings back fan favorite Flan. And yeah, this was a very nice surprise. Like, pretty sure this wasn't like teased in promotional material. Like, this was just a very nice surprise. And yeah, it's nice to see Flan out and about. Or, well, I guess she's still stuck inside, but it's better than nothing. Alright, so, phase 2 here is very tricky. Flan likes to fly around in whichever direction she feels like, and we kind of need Xion to absorb the bullets, but that's difficult when Flan just flies wherever she feels like, and the bullets are scattered about, and sometimes Flan decides to just fly off to the top of the screen, and I just cannot reach her. But yeah, that was Flan. We just took a quick detour. We jumped in, or we got pulled into some kind of door portal. I wonder what that could mean. But yeah, so after playing with Flan for a bit, we go back and fight Yuma once more. So everyone gets to test their skills against Yuma, and yes, Xion, Joan and Shion also have a pretty hard time against Yuma Part 2. Part 1 is not the worst. It's just kind of tricky to get the quick KO. it's kind of just very tricky to get the quick KO in the fourth phase, fourth attack. Yeah, I need to get like 4 almost perfectly timed punches to get enough damage to the one cycle. Or yeah, I didn't get enough punches. It's very, very tricky to get the timing down on those uppercuts. Now I just have to wait it out. And that's fine. It's not the worst that can happen. And here's Yuma Part 2 again. I think out of all the characters, Joan and Shion probably have the hardest time fighting Yuma. So I should probably conserve my HP here as much as I can. Absorb some bullets. Oh, very nice. Got the very quick stun here. Not gonna get the KO, but close. And oh yes, three health orbs is pretty decent here. And though this attack is very like hard to read. But with some practice, you can kind of start to understand just how this works. I know this took me like, I don't know, dozens of hours to just understand. So if I just jump over the wave, dive punch, float, dive punch, do some attacks, dive punch, dive punch, dive punch, float, dive punch. Nice. Very nice. Playing it a bit safe. Okay, so that's 5 characters down. There's one more playable character. And, well, as of now, there will be yet another playable character coming this fall in the Switch update, or the Switch port and Steam update that's coming soon. But here is Flan herself. Very nice. So Flan plays, again, very different from everyone else. Flan, oh yes, also Flan gets to pick the bosses she fights. And this is, you might have seen some other character sitting there, just sitting on a chair. So Okina is training Flan to be like her secret weapon against Yuma, who's turned out to be like virtually indestructible for everyone else. But Flan just happens to have the power to destroy anything, conveniently enough. So, Flan is Okina's ultimate secret weapon against Yuma. And this is Flan's training session, or her training montage of sorts. So she just gets to fight whoever she feels like to prepare for the upcoming battle. And Flan's special attack, this costs stamina and does a crap ton of damage. It's kind of like a mine she places on the enemy when the red circle touches them. And It does 18 damage, maybe more if the opponent's on the move, because those crystals that shoot out can also hit multiple times, or like an additional time if the enemy's on the move. Also, yeah, so Flan also has his bow attack. This one's very good at dealing with enemies in the air. Like, I can just do an up attack into shooting arrows. But again, the spacing is very tricky for some characters. But yeah, so Flan has very high mobility in the air. She's kind of slow on the ground, and her bat form, dash, costs a ton of stamina. But she compensates with high damage and a really good special attack, which also doubles as like a way to stall in the air. That's unfortunate, but yeah, sometimes you get unfortunate patterns, or just unfortunate placements. Like the boss moves in a way that's not conducive for speed. But yeah, there's Murasa as boss number 2. Flan. Okay, so the thing is, you have 3 doors to choose from for the majority of Flan's story, and picking the 3rd door is the only way to get the true ending. So the doors are ranked from easiest to hardest. So leftmost is easiest, rightmost is the hardest. And if you consistently pick the hardest boss, you're rewarded with a true final boss. And yeah, that's what we're doing here. Full game, true ending. So 1 playthrough of Flan, but we get the true ending. Okay, yeah, Kutaka is sometimes a pain in the butt. She can randomly decide to fly across the entire screen like this. But here, it's good to stay next to her, try to shoot arrows. I'm gonna take damage here to refill my stamina. Very nice. Okay, scary part's over. There's 2 more bosses, I think. Yeah, 2 more bosses and then we're done. Oh boy, okay, how is this gonna go? Okay, next up is Flan versus Reimu. Okay, so Reimu gets more attacks when you're fighting Reimu as Kanako and Flan. She gets more attacks than when Marisa's fighting Reimu. All right, cool. Reimu likes to fly around a bunch. Making it very difficult to land hits. Okay, cool. Now, thankfully, the arrows do have the ability to get a barrier break, so Flan is able to Flan is able to stun the boss from a distance. And, okay, that was Reimu. Only 3 phases. Now, on to Flan versus Yuma. Our last showdown. So Flan's special attack here is just all around really good. It's pretty much, yeah, it's useful in any situation. And yeah, so it costs stamina, but it's generally safe to take the hit and refill your stamina and keep spamming this for most bosses. And we just have 2 more attacks here in part 1. You got anything for me, Arco?
Oh, I do. We have a sorry. We do have a large donation from Anonymous. Another $100.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely to see with the comment Naro Comfy, Sir Comfy. And yet again, this one is going to Argic's Cursed Sonic costume, which is now currently almost at 1,300. So we are very close to reaching that goal. I am very ready to see that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much for the donation.
Alright, I'm just gonna play it safe here. Not gonna go for the quick KO in part 1. Yeah, just gonna play it safe from here. On to Yuma Part 2. So the first 3 attacks are the same once more. But Flan gets a bonus, like super secret final boss, true final like phase. So that's 1. Okay, 3.5, that's good. So at this point, I should probably play it safe and get a few hits in from a distance. Because the final attack is quite difficult. Okay, very nice. On to the final phase, the true final boss. Whew. All right. So here's Greed's Beast, Yuma, and here we have a new ability to absorb blood. So this replaces our special attack, and we just have to absorb a bunch of blood by flying into it, turning it into droplets or like collectible blood. So fly into the bullets, jump into them, fly into them, whatever, and absorb with your special attack. And make sure to not get hit after throwing the apple. 3 hits of the apple and we're done. Oh yeah, time's almost coming up. I'm ready. So now in in part 3 here, Yuma starts shooting starts sucking in, and time. Let's go. Very nice. Love you too. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, phase 3, she starts sucking in, and well, I mean, fight's over now. Whatever. Jeez, it just happened so fast. Anyway, that's the true final boss, Yuma, and that is Touhou Gouyoku Ibun Suibotsushita Chinshuu Jigoku, or Water Action 17.5, whatever. Awesome game, pretty sweet. It's on Steam, and thanks for having me.
And thank you, Naro, very much for the successful run, both in terms of how well you did and in terms of how much we've progressed the Argix Cursed Sonic costume for Sonic Mania Crowd Control, and also how much we've managed to raise for Save the Children this run. It was a pleasure to read during this run. And actually, we have one more donation here before you go.
Yep.
From Imac with $10 saying, "A final 10 for this game that got me into speedrunning. If any of this was interesting to the audience, give the game a go. It's loads of fun, and be it playing it casually or speedrunning it." All right, thank you very much for the donation. And thank you again, Naro. It was great to see.
Thank you too.
Coming up is Worms Armageddon by Ruffled Bricks, and I will now be leaving you in the capable hands of the Joshimus. So stay tuned for that lovely voice that you're about to hear.